Good morning. Good to see each of you this morning. Good morning to those of you that are watching. Good to have you with us as well. I'm starting with a confession this morning. I confess that I enjoy John Wick movies. Something comes alive in me. Something rises up in my spirit. For those of you that are unfamiliar with these movies, they are very violent and gory, a lot of blood, gratuitous violence. By the way, I'm not recommending, I'm not condoning, I'm just saying I really like them. So he's been in like a hitman in his past, and he's walked away from all that. He has a home, a loving wife, and she passes away, and before she passed away, she made arrangements that a puppy would be delivered to be his friend when she's gone. And then some bad men come and hurt his puppy. And this brings him back into his old way of doing things. And he ends up being against this whole evil network. And it's just overwhelming odds. And he's just battling. And he's always this close to complete devastation and death. And he just keeps going. He takes a licking and keeps on ticking. And it's just gleeful. He's resourceful, he's creative, he's smart, he's brave, he's courageous. He's like Jesus. And I want to be like him, well, except for a few things. You know, I'd be mortified to have my dad watch in while I'm watching this because I wasn't raised to watch movies like this. And I didn't raise my kids to watch movies like this. So if you are a warrior like me, and you have a warrior spirit, then this passage today is for you. A passage for warriors, a call, a mission that is impossible, and it'll take everything in you to fight for this calling we have, this calling to repay evil with blessing. To repay evil with blessing. To repay evil with blessing? That is absurd. How can we ever do that? Why? Why would we want to do that? Well, it says, 1 Peter 3, verse 9. In your pew Bibles, you got some Bibles in the pews around you there, page 954, if you want to follow along. 1 Peter 3, verse 8 to 12, and I'm on verse 9. It says, repay evil with blessing, because to this you were called. This is your calling. This is your destiny. This is your design. You were made for this. For a moment like this, this is your call. Repay evil with blessing, so that you may inherit a blessing. When we do this, when we walk in the steps of Jesus, we share in His inheritance. He is our brother. And so we may inherit a blessing. We join Him on the path to peace and reconciliation. Because to this you are called, so that you may inherit a blessing. And for added motivation, he quotes from Psalms. He says, whoever would love life and see good days, do you want to love life and see good days? Then this is your mission. You want to love life and see good days? Now, as I was meditating on these good days, I don't think every day is skipping in the meadow with butterflies. In this life you will have trouble. That's in John 16:33. He says, I have told you these things, as Jesus talking. I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, for I have overcome the world. So these are perhaps some good days and lots of hard days. Our mission is hard. We're going against everything. We're going straight on against evil. This isn't a martial art where you're redirecting the energy. No, you're taking it full on. The whole world lies in the arms of the evil one. That's 1 John 5:19. Picture the devil holding a nursing child. The world lies in the arms of the evil one. This world is broken, it's corrupted, it's falling apart, it's rotting. Look at creation, look at your relationships, look at your bodies. It's one way and it's down. That's the way of this world. And we're coming up against all of that. And these are like class 4 rapids. They're coming down the pipe. And we're called to go upstream against this and take it full on and repay evil with blessing. You want to love life and see good days? Keep your tongue from evil, your lips from deceitful speech. Turn from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. Peace does not happen on its own. You don't just kind of fall into peace and tranquility. Seek peace and pursue it. It's active, it's intentional, it's purpose-driven. It doesn't just happen. So how? First of all, who's he talking to? That helps to have the context. So he's talking to refugees that are fleeing for their lives. 1 Peter is written right around the time Rome burned. Rome is on fire. There's chaos in the empire. There's a lot of turmoil. Picture Iran right now. A lot of upheaval. And Nero, like a good, smart dictator, needs to find a scapegoat. Someone to redirect this energy at. And so he points his finger and he says, it's the Somalis in Minneapolis. Go get them! Oh, no, that's happening today. It's the Christians. By the way, I'm not qualified to give a political commentary on the ICE situation in the States. That was just a cheap shot to get your attention. Nero says it's the Christians. And so culture, society turns on the Christians. All their pain, all their anger. It's you guys! And they take their stuff and they stomp them like cockroaches. And Christians are fleeing. The blood and guts of their family and their friends are on the floors, on the walls in Rome, in Jerusalem. And they're running with the clothes on their back. Some of them don't even have that. Hebrews 11 was written just a few years after this. And it says they wandered about destitute. Let me get to that right. They were killed with the sword. They went about in the skins of sheep and goats because they don't have clothes. They can't afford clothes, so they're making do with skins of sheep and goats. Destitute, afflicted, mistreated. These are the people Peter is writing to and telling, repay evil with blessing. How? How in the world? We know that just before this, the Apostle Andrew was martyred, and just after this, we believe Peter and Paul were both martyred. It is a terrible time to be a Christian. It's not skipping in the meadows with butterflies. Just in the last few sermons, we've heard about how Peter addresses the evil they experience in the workplace, or if they're a slave from their master, or if they're in a marriage with a non-believer, the evil that's coming at you. And he's giving them ideas on that. And now he's saying the evil among you. How do you deal with the evil among you? Well, let's read verse 8. Verse 8 lays some of the foundations. He says, "Finally, all of you, be like-minded, be sympathetic, love one another, be compassionate and humble." So the first thing is, together. Together. You are not able to do this on your own. You need each other. You need the body. You need the fellowship of other believers. Together, be like-minded. I was kind of stumped on that one for a while. How are we supposed to be like-minded? We're so different. We have such different perspectives. We have different things that we emphasize that are important to us. We have different theology that we believe in. How are we supposed to be like-minded? Well, let's look at the next few clues here. Be sympathetic. So when I think sympathetic, I think empathetic. This is putting yourself in the other person's shoes. Where are they coming from? What's their story? Trying to understand them. That goes a long way toward being like-minded. You know, we may not agree on everything, but when you put yourself in another person's shoes and you see where you're coming from, you can have a little more grace, a little more patience with their absurdities. Love one another. Be compassionate. That's kind of the opposite of judgmental. I don't know for some of you new Christians if you experience this yet, but us old ones, we've kind of got this mastered that we're so quick to judge people. If there's something that sits the wrong way or smells the wrong way, like we just zero in on that. At least that happens in my heart. I do that so quickly. That's kind of the opposite of being compassionate. Going, hey, I'm with you. I see where you're coming from. I love you. Be compassionate and humble. Pride is a huge reason we have trouble being like-minded and being together. It somehow always is about us. Don't repay evil with evil or insult with insult. But it feels so good. Somebody insults you to have that zinger and just zoom. Just put them right back in their spot. Have the last word. That's maybe a calling for John Wick, but not for us. There's an unsettling thing in this passage, and that is he seems to be talking to Christians and their experience with each other. Evil and insult? You know, again, you newer Christians, I'm sorry to inform you, but give it a few years, and some of your deepest hurts and deepest challenges will come at the hands of fellow Christians. We are not perfect. We are broken. And we are going to hurt each other. You are going to experience evil through me and insult through me. And we have to have a way of dealing with this, and that is our mission, to repay evil with blessing, to strive for community. Like it said in verse 11, seek peace and pursue it. It doesn't just happen. So, how does this look practically? It's easy to say, return evil with blessing. So I've got a little cop-out here. I'm not going to tell you exactly what this looks like, because we are all dealing with different situations where evil impacts us. But some examples that came to mind. I see you young moms. You get a lot of evil directed your way. And I am amazed at what you can absorb and what you can diffuse, and the tools you are giving our young warriors in dealing with evil, the way that you model it to them. I think that's just amazing. I think of some of you people that have the gift of listening, and you hear other people's stuff. You're empathetic, and you just absorb it, and it just diffuses, and it neutralizes so much evil. I think of some of you with the gift of encouragement. When you think of someone, maybe you're praying for someone, you have a thought or a verse, and you take the time to send a text or to write it down. Wednesday, a friend of mine emailed. It was just simple. How are you doing? The moment I got it, I went, oh, this is God. Because at the moment I was spiraling. I was feeling overwhelmed with a difficult situation. And this person just paid attention to the Spirit, sent that simple little message, and let me know they were thinking of me and they were praying for me. So those are some ways that we do this. We have different gifts. We have different things that we can do in the body to help repay evil with blessing. Back to John Wick. I wonder if we was to change his mission, just slightly, what would that look like? I don't think the movies would be very enjoyable anymore, because these tense situations where the plots thicken would just kind of get diffused. Is there any equivalent, any kind of show we can look to for an example? I can't really think of something, because it doesn't do very much for building that tension in the storyline. Just keep diffusing stuff. Maybe a bomb diffusal unit, but that's not quite it. Maybe a crisis counselor. Maybe a counselor. I don't know. Like, it's we don't have a lot of examples, but we have Jesus. Just the chapter before this, we see when they hurled their insults at him, he did not retaliate. When he suffered, he made no threats. Instead, he entrusted himself to him who judges justly. He himself bore our sins in his body on the cross, so that we might die to sins and live for righteousness. By his wounds you are healed. Perhaps our wounds can also be used to bring healing to each other.